LR, the liberal redneck here, coming to you from a country dealing with the worst Supreme Court in the history of our nation, thanks to Mitch McConnell. 4 of the current justices lied to Congress in their confirmation hearings, which means they knowingly committed perjury in order to get on the court. As for Clarence Long Dong Silver Thomas, let us not forget Anita Hill. This cannot go unchallenged. McConnell refused to even allow a hearing on Obama's pick, Merrick Garland, because it was too close, almost a year, to the next election, allowing Gorsuch in. And then he rammed through the confirmation of the handmaiden, even though early voting on the next election had already started. Between them was the fiasco of the most ill-qualified justice of all, the Yale drunk and accused rapist Kavanaugh, who sniveled and cried his way into the court in a singularly disgusting display. The snubbing of Garland could come back to hurt them greatly in the long run, since he is now the U.S. Attorney General, leading the case against those who attempted to overthrow our democracy and establish a dictatorship. McConnell abused his authority to the limit in creating this nightmare of a court, and it's past time to give him the payback he so richly deserves. This has always been about minority rule. 5 of the Supreme Court's 9 justices were appointed by presidents who lost the popular vote. In the Senate, the 50 Republican senators represent 41 million fewer people than the 50 Democrats. The GOP controls state legislatures and congressional delegations through an absurd degree of gerrymandering. In Wisconsin, 75% of the districts are heavily Republican, even though Joe Biden won the state in 2020. In Texas, just under 40% of the population is white, but white voters are the majority in 60% of state legislative seats. Took me a minute to wrap my head around that math. The Texas legislature has passed a heartbeat bill which forces women to leave the state for abortion care. Is 73% male and 61% white. It's hard not to think of apartheid-era South Africa when you look at the numbers like that. Democracy is based on the concept of majority rule, and this is a slap in the face to democracy. Supreme Court justices were given lifetime appointments to make them exempt from partisan politics. History shows us that concept is an abject failure. As we see over and over around the world, minority rule is both oppressive and ultimately fragile. Over the long haul, it is always on the defensive against the collective power of a determined majority. End the filibuster. Codify Roe v. Wade. Expand the court. And allow President Biden to save our democracy. You can reach me at theliberalredneck@gmail.com with comments, questions, or suggestions. And you can listen to all 9 years of our podcast at blogtalkradio.com/theliberalredneck. Thanks for watching.